Analytical geometry and mensuration. Refer to the diagram below for this question. In which quadrant is point 8, negative 7? So x is 8, so that's on the positive x-axis. Y is negative 7, so that's on the negative y-axis. So positive x, negative y, so that happens in quadrant 4. So answer here will be 4. Okay, that happens in the fourth quadrant. Now point negative 15, negative 17. Point negative 15, so x is negative and y is also negative, so that happens in the third quadrant. So answer will be third quadrant. Point 59, so x positive 5, y positive 9, so up here, so that's in quadrant 1. So the answer for that one will be first quadrant. Okay, and lastly point negative 2, so x is negative 2, y is positive 10, so that happens in quadrant 2. So that will be in the second quadrant. So that will be our answer for that one. Now for the next question, we are asked to find equation of the line here. So equation of a straight line looks like this. Y equals mx plus b, where b is the y-intercept, meaning that where does the line cross y-axis, and m represents slope, which is basically rise over run. Another way to say it is change in y over change in x, or y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. There are few ways to find the slope. Now for this particular example, this right here 3 will be the y-intercept because the graph crosses y-axis at 3. In terms of point, that is x0 and y3. And for this point right here, in terms of a point, x is negative 3, y is 0. So for this particular case, we are told b equals 3, y-intercept is 3, and slope, if we were to do y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, one of these points we call it x1, y1. So let's say we call this one x1, y1, and this point if we call it x2, y2, the slope formula tells us it's y2 minus y1, so 0 minus 3. So here we have a 0 minus 3 divided by negative 3 minus 0, x2 minus x1. So negative 3 minus 0. So numerator simplifies to negative 3, denominator simplifies to negative 3. So slope is 1. So our answer will be y equals mx plus b, giving us y equals 1x plus 3 or x plus 3. But again, your test will be multiple choice. So y equals x plus 3 might not be one of the options. So if you were to reorder this, we can get negative x plus y minus 3 equals 0. If you have negative x, negative y bringing to the right, we get this. Or another possible answer you could have is x minus y plus 3 equals 0. So your multiple choice, one of the solution can be this or this or this. You have to choose the correct one. Now for the second one here, we are given these 2 points on the line and we are asked to find slope. So again, point wise, this is x equals 0, y equals 4, and for this point it is x equals 8, y equals 0. So slope is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. In our case then, we can call any point to be x1, y1, and then the another one will be x2, y2. So in our case, y2 is 0, y1 is 4, x2 is 8, x1 is 0. So we have negative 4 over positive 8, which is then reduces by 4 to give us negative 1 over 2 to be the slope. Now for this example, we are asked to find equation of the line OP, where P is given to us to be 8, 4, O is the origin, so coordinate for O will be 0, 0. Again, we can call any of them to be x1, y1. So let's call this one x1, y1, and then this point 0, 0, the origin will be x2, y2. The y-intercept here, the graph crosses y-axis, the line crosses the graph crosses y-axis, the y-intercept at 0. So the y-intercept here, the b value will be 0. So our equation is y equals mx plus b, where b is 0. M is the slope, so we can find m by y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. x2 minus x1 here. So in our case, m will be y2 which is 0, y1 which is 4, x2 which is 0, x1 which is 8. So we have negative 4 over negative 8, which is then 1 over 2 positive. That's our slope. So the solution we have here is y equals m, which is half, x plus b, which is 0. So one of your multiple choice could have answer like this, but not necessary. You might have something like this too. Multiply both sides by 2, 2y equals x. It's the same equation. Or even you could have is 2y minus x equals 0. Or you can even have x minus 2y equals 0. So one of these will be your multiple choice solution, A, B, C or D, and whichever has one of these one, that will be the solution for your question. Now for this one now here, we are told 2000 students in kindergarten were asked about their favorite color, and below circle graph shows the allocation of their choice. How much more yellow color was selected compared to red color? So we clearly see that yellow color, 24% of the students selected yellow color and 14% of the students selected red color. Here these colors do not matter, it's just the colors created by the graph. Red here is represented by the blue area here, the green here represented by the orange area, and so on. So now if you want to find out how much more, so how many students selected yellow color, how many more students selected yellow color compared to red color. So let's first find out number of students who selected red color. So number of students who collected red color are 14% of 2000. So we will say 14% of 2000 is like this. It will be 2000 times 14%, which will be then 2000 times 0.14, which will be then 280 students. Now, how many students selected yellow color? Yellow color is 24%. So we will say 2000 times 20%, which will be 2000 times 0.24, which will be 480 students. So this is for red. Is their favorite color, and 480 students selected yellow color as their favorite color. So 480 subtract 280, which is then 200 students, more students selected yellow as their favorite color compared to students, number of students, compared to number of students selecting red color, compared to number of students selecting red color as their favorite color. Again, because this will be multiple choice question, some of the solutions might have been number 280, 480 students. But it says how many more students, how much more yellow color was selected compared to red color, or how many more students selected yellow color over red color. 200 more students selected yellow versus red color.